There's a specific kind of woman who never seems to buy a new fall wardrobe, and yet by October, she looks completely put together, like she planned it months ago. Meanwhile, most of us are standing in a store every September, credit card out, wondering how we ended up here again, buying pieces we'll only half love because the pressure to have something for fall won out over patience. The difference isn't her budget and it isn't her closet size. It's 5 small habits she's built without ever calling them a system. And today, I'm going to walk you through every one of them. This is LRI Timeless Fashion. Here's the honest math behind why this matters. Buying an entirely new fall wardrobe every year isn't just unnecessary, it's genuinely expensive over time. And most of what already hangs in your closet from summer is perfectly capable of carrying you 3, 4, sometimes 6 weeks further into the season with nothing more than a few smart additions. The goal today isn't a shopping list, it's showing you exactly how to stretch what you already own. Her first habit, treating the transition like a light switch instead of a dimmer. Most women think there are only 2 settings, full summer or full autumn, and nothing in between. But the truth is, there are several small, comfortable steps between the two, and skipping them is exactly what makes a wardrobe feel expensive and complicated. Take a simple white linen dress. The instinct is to retire it the second the weather cools even slightly. Instead, add one soft knit layer on top, a lightweight cashmere or cotton blend sweater, and keep everything else exactly as it was. Same sandals, same jewelry, same sunglasses. That one small addition alone can extend a summer piece by weeks without a single new purchase. And there's a genuinely useful trick for wearing that added layer. If you tie it the way you tie a man's necktie, around the back, up through the front, and down through the loop, it stays securely in place all day instead of sliding off your shoulders. And you can adjust it higher or lower with ease. You can also loop it through a belt already on the dress and tuck it in for a bit of waist shaping, or simply drape it casually over your shoulders so you have the option to put it on properly later if the temperature drops further. Her second habit, she never jumps to heavy shoes too early. This is one of the most common and most avoidable mistakes. Empathetically, the moment it feels slightly cooler, most women reach immediately for boots or trainers, but that's actually a mismatch. Heavy, enclosed shoes signal that the season has fully changed, when really it's just easing in. Instructive, the better move is a middle step, a closed-toe flat or a backless loafer style, something that still shows a little skin at the foot without being a full winter shoe. Gentle emphasis, save the boots and trainers for when the weather has genuinely, consistently shifted, not the first cool morning. It's worth knowing, too, that a pointed toe flat elongates the leg more than a rounder style, so if you're worried about losing that lengthening effect once you cover more of the foot, a pointed silhouette helps bridge that gap. And if you're layering a sweater over the hip with this kind of shoe, a slightly shorter, cropped length keeps the proportions balanced, since a shoe that shows more of the foot needs less visual lengthening elsewhere, while a shoe that covers more of the foot benefits from a longer top pulled down to compensate. Her third habit, she never mismatches the weight of different parts of an outfit. This is subtle, but it's one of the biggest reasons a transitional outfit can look confused instead of intentional. If you've got a bare shoulder or an open-toe sandal, that's signaling summer, so pairing it with a heavy boot and a big structured winter bag creates visual conflict. The outfit doesn't know what season it's dressing for. The fix is choosing one element to shift at a time. If your shoulders are still bare, keep the shoes lighter too. If you've added a heavier boot, that's the moment to also swap in a warmer top. Moving every piece of an outfit toward autumn all at once is what makes it feel like you gave up on summer entirely rather than easing into fall. A useful way to think about it, pick one anchor point in your outfit, your shoulders, your feet, your bag, and let every other choice follow that anchor season rather than each piece pulling in a different direction. If you're finding this useful so far, go ahead and hit subscribe. This is exactly the kind of seasonal styling guidance we share every week at LRI Timeless Fashion. Her fourth habit, and this is the one almost nobody thinks about, she pays attention to what her accessories are quietly saying. A canvas tote reads as summer, a structured leather bag reads as autumn, and swapping just the bag before you touch a single piece of clothing is often the easiest and cheapest way to shift a look's whole mood. The same goes for color. Reaching straight for head-to-toe dark tones the second the weather turns can feel heavier than necessary. Instead, keep one cream or white element in the mix, a bag, a shoe, a scarf. It keeps the whole outfit feeling like early autumn rather than the dead of winter, and it's a far gentler transition than going fully dark all at once. If you do add a darker tone somewhere, a belt is a wonderful low-commitment place to start. It introduces depth to an outfit without touching the actual garments, and it's easy to remove entirely if the weather swings warm again. Her fifth and final habit: she never retires her cohort sets and short sets as a full outfit. Most women wear their summer two-piece sets exactly as they came and then abandon them completely once the weather shifts. But her fifth and final habit: she never retires her cohort sets and short sets as a full outfit. Most women wear their summer two-piece sets exactly as they came and then abandon them completely once the weather shifts. But the pieces almost always work separately, too. The trousers from a matching set can be worn with a completely different sweater. The shorts can be swapped for the coordinating longer trousers in the same fabric, effectively doubling the wardrobe you already own without buying anything new. It's worth going through your summer sets specifically and asking, can I wear just one half of this with something else I already have? A short set with a matching longer trouser option is especially valuable here. The shorts carry you through the last warm days, and the trousers in that same fabric and color quietly pick up the moment temperatures drop, so you've essentially bought one set that serves 2 full seasons instead of one. None of these 5 habits require more money, more clothes, or more time. They require noticing what you already own a little differently, one small decision at a time, instead of one big, overwhelmed decision every September. That's really the whole difference between the woman who dreads this time of year and the woman who's quietly ready for it. She just started noticing sooner. There's one more thing worth naming because it ties all 5 of these together. This woman isn't waiting for a specific date on the calendar to decide the season has changed. She's responding to what's actually happening outside her window that week. Fashion advice tends to talk about fall like it arrives all at once on a fixed date, but real weather doesn't work that way. Some years it's still warm through most of September, other years it turns cold in a single week. The habits themselves matter less than the mindset behind them, staying responsive instead of following a fixed script, checking in with your actual closet and your actual weather rather than a calendar page. I'm curious now, out of these 5, which one is already part of how you dress and which genuinely surprised you? Tell me down in the comments. I read every one, and I'd love to know which habit you're stealing for yourself this week. If this helped you see your closet a little differently before the fall shopping rush hits, a like goes a long way. And if you're not subscribed to LRI Timeless Fashion yet, now's a good time. We've got more of this kind of thing coming every week. Pass this along to the friend who always seems to be rebuying her whole wardrobe every September. She might just need these 5 habits instead. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today. I'll see you in the next one.